Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's challenging level puzzle, and it's called Teenage Vampire Slayer by Blobs. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. Each wooden stake line sums to either 16 or 17. Each grave or cage sums to the value shown. So these two digits must sum to 3, these two must sum to 23, etc., etc. That's interesting. That will tell you something. There are 9 vampires, digits 1 through 9 once each in the grid. 1 in each row, column, and box. There are also 9 victims, digits 1 through 9 once each in the grid. 1 in each row, column, and box. For purposes of cage and line totals, vampire cells have a value equal to the sum of their digit plus the digit of the victim cell in their box, and victim cells have a value of 0. So, for example, say this was the vampire cell and this was the victim cell in the box. Actually, let's make it blue. That means the value of this victim cell would be 0, and the value of this vampire cell would be 7, because it sums the value of its own digit with the digit of the victim cell in the box. And that's how vampire and victim cells work. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, any 2-digit number that adds up to 20 must contain a vampire cell. So this is a vampire cell here. So one of these is vampire cell, one of these is vampire cell. 18, 23, 19, 19. So yeah, anything that adds up to more than 17 must have a vampire cell in it. Anything that adds up to less than 3 must have a victim cell in it. So this is victim, that's 2. This is victim, that's 2. This is victim, that's 1. So any column which has already had a vampire cell and a victim cell cannot have either. So these cannot be either. We have vampire here, vampire here. Vampire here, vampire here. So these are victims. This is victim, definitely. So therefore, these cannot be either. So we have vampire soul in one of those 3. This has to have a 1 in it. And so this can't be 1, which means this is a 1 here. And it cannot be the victim cell, so this is normal. Which means in column 8 we have all the cells already, so these cannot be vampire or victim. This has a value of at most... Okay, this adds up to 3 without a 1. So this must have a victim cell. So this is a victim cell, and this must be 3 to add up to 3. That means this must be 20 to add up to... No, sorry, 6... this must add up to 13 or 14 to add up to 16 or 17 here. So this is the vampire cell. This is not the vampire cell here. The rest, we have a victim cell and a vampire cell already in box 6, so these can't be either. This cannot be the victim cell because 2 digits which cannot be vampire or victim can only add up to 16 or 17 if both of them are normal, if one of them is normal. This has to be this is guaranteed to have a 9. So these are normal. So one of these is a 9 here. So this is 6. Okay, can this is 13 or 4? Cannot be 13. This has to be 14. So 14 and 3 add up to 17. 14 and 9 add up to 23. So this is 9, which makes this 7 or 8 here. This is 13. This is, sorry, 14. And it has to be a 6-8 pair with the victim. So this is 6 and 8. This is 6 and 8. Remaining digits and the 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is 8, which makes this 6. Remaining digits in box 6 are 2, 4, and 5. Victim here, which means we have a victim in one of these two cells here. So therefore you have to have a 5 here. You cannot have, well, you could have 1, 2, and 1 potentially. We know we have a 2 here, actually. So this is 2. We know we have a 2 here. This can't be victim because we have a victim here. So this is normal, which means this is a 2, which means this is victim here. This can no longer be 2 because of 2 in the row. Remaining digits in row 4 are 4, 5, 7, or 9. Okay. This cannot be 7 or 8, and these are both normal digits because you can't be vampire. So this must be a 9. So this is 9, which leaves this as... So this victim, this has to be 7 or 8 also. This has to be an 8-9 pair, or 7-9 pair. So this is 9, and this is 7 or 8 to add up to 16 or 17. That means this cannot be 3-9. If neither of these are vampire, it cannot be 3-9, 4-8, or 5-7. So therefore, one of these must be vampire. So this can't be vampire here. One of these is vampire, which means this can't be vampire or victim. This is one of these is vampire, one of these is vampire, which means one of these 3 must be vampire because we have 2 vampires in row 2 and 3. These 3 digits must add up to 12. So it's 2 through 6. So it could be 2, 4, 6, or 3, 4, 5. Either way, we have a 4 in one of these 3. So then these 2 must add up to 25 plus 12, 37. So it must add up to 8. So this is 2, 6, or 3, 5. 2 has to be one of these 2 here. Okay, we have a 7. This can't be 3 because of 3 in the column. Remaining digits in column 8 are 2, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. One of these 2 sets are victims. If you have both of them not being victims, the problem is one of them would be 1, 2, and the other one would have to be 1, 3. And obviously you'd have a duplicate 1. So we have a victim here, which means in the rest of this box, you cannot have a victim or vampire. This cannot be... Okay, so we have the vampire in and the victim in row 5. So neither of these can be vampire or victim. So we know one of these is 9, and it's with 7 or 8. So we're guaranteed 9 here. This is not... So this is either... If this is 2 normals, this must be 1 and 3. Sorry, 1 and 2 adding up to... If this is victim, this would have to be 3. So this is 1 or 3 here. We have victim and vampires in row 4, so the rest of the row cannot be victim or vampire. One of these has to be victim, and one of these two is vampire. This cannot be vampire here, because if this is vampire here, the problem is you would have to have 1, 2, and 4 adding up to the 7, which is not possible. So this is not vampire, which means this is vampire, which means this can't be vampire here. We already have the victim in column in box 1 and box 7, so this cannot be victim. So vampire is one of these two. This is 7, 8, and 9 also. This is a 3, 4 pair. This adds up to 16 or 17. This is 16 here. So 16 or 17. This can't be 5, because one of these is 5 here. So 16 or 17 here. So we know these add up to 16. 1, 6, and 2 plus 3 and 4 is 16. That'd be 32 or 33 here, which means the remaining 2 digits add up to 12 or 13, which is 45 minus 32 or 45 minus 33. So this must be 6 or 7 here. To add up with the 13 or the 12, to add up to 19 here. We know one of these is guaranteed to have a 1, so it has to be one of these 3. Because either this is 1, 3, or this is 1, 2. One of them's going to be 1. So 1 cannot be here. Where's 1 in column 3? 1 can't be here because 1 has to be one of those 3. 1 can't be here because 1 has to be there. Therefore, this is 1 here. So this must add up to 4. But this could be the vampire with 3 and 1. So we don't know. So this is 3 or 4 here. Remaining digits in row 6 have to be 2, 5, 6, and 8. And this is cannot be 2 or 6, so this is 5 or 8 here. Interesting. Remaining digits in column 7. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, or 8. To add up to 18 for 3 digits without 9 and without both 7 and 8, it's either 7 which would be with 5 and 6, or 8, which would be with 4 and 6. 8 cannot be the victim here. You can't have 4, 5, and 6. So 8 cannot be the victim here. Therefore, 7 must be the victim. Therefore, this must be 4, 5, 6, and 7, adding up to 18. So this is 5, 6, with 7 being here. So this can't be 7. This is 8, which makes this not 8. This is 7, which makes this not 7. That's 8. So no 5. This 5, 6 pair eliminates 5, 6 in the rest of the column. So no 5, 6 here, no 5 here, no 5 here. You cannot have a 6 anymore here with a victim. So therefore these are normal and must be a 2, 4 pair, which forces this to be the victim and is 7. So this cannot be victim here. This is normal cell. So 1 could be there. This 2, 4 pair eliminates 2 and 4 here. So this is 5. This can't be 2 or 5. So it's 3. So this has to be 3 and 5 to add up to 8, which means these add up to 12. Right? Because 25 plus 8 is 33, which leaves this as 12. This cannot be 3 or 5. This can't be 5. That's 2, 4, and 6 as a triplet, which leaves 1 and 3 remaining in column 9. If this is victim, it has to be 1, 2, and 3. It's still possible. No, it's not. Sorry, if this is vampire... Well, it could be. If victim's here, right? 7 eliminates 7 here, so this is 6. So this is 6. That means this must add up to 13. 13 plus 16 is 29. 45 minus 29 is 16, so this is not 8. This is a 7, 9 pair, which makes this 5 or 8. 8 cannot be the victim because of the 8 here, so this is 5, which makes this 8. That eliminates 8 in the rest of the row. This can't be 5 because of 5 in the rest of the row. How do you add up to 19 with 4, 7, and 9? 4 and 7 would have to be with 8, but 8 cannot be the victim. 4 and 9 would have to be with 6, which could be the victim. This cannot be 7 added up with a victim here, because we can't have a 7 in this row. So this must be normal, which makes this a 2, 5 pair. So this is victim here, and is 6. So 6 must be with 3, because this is non-victim. This is 1, 8 as a pair. 1 can't add... Well, maybe. Hold up. We have 6 and 4 and 9 adding up to 19. So this must be 7. You could have 9 and 8. Otherwise, the other one adds up to 10. So it cannot be 10 and 1. So this has to be 9 and 8 to add up to 17. So this is not vampire, which makes this vampire and is 4. Okay, so this cannot be vampire anymore. This can't be victim either. Okay. This is 6. Can you have a vampire be here? I think the answer to that is no, right? If the vampire's here, can you ever have... If that would be 3 digits in the box, must add up to 11. You can't have 1, so that eliminates all the 1s that add up to 11. So no 1, 2, 8, No 137, no 146. 2 can only be 236 or 245, but we have a guaranteed 5 in this cage, and it's not the victim. So this cannot be vampire, which means that's normal, which means this is vampire here, which means we have all the vampires and victims in row 7, so this can't be either. This 3 eliminates 3 here, so this is 4, and this cannot be vampire then. This adds up to 11, cannot contain 9, cannot contain 6, cannot contain 5. So this is either 3, 8, or 4, 7. 8 cannot be here, so this can't be 3. We have a 5 here. 6 cannot be the vampire. 4 cannot be a vampire, so 2 has to be the vampire here, which means this can't be 2. This is 4 as victim, which makes this 2, which makes that 4. So this becomes a 2-6 pair. 4 eliminates 4 and 7 in the rest of this row, so this is 3, 8. That means this cannot be 8 here. This becomes a 7-9 pair. Which means the rest of the box is... This has to be 4 because there's no other place for 4 in box. That's not going to work. Where did I mess up? Let's go through again. Okay. Vampire. This has to have a victim. So none of these are vampires or victims, which means this is a victim. So no vampire or victims there. Vampire. Victim. Vampire, which means none of these are vampire or victim. Victim. So we have all vampires in column 7 and 8. So in these, we also have victim in box 9. So these can't be vampire or victim. Vampire. One of these must be victim again. And one of these has to be a 1. So this can't be 1 because we have vampire and victim already in column 3. So these are normal, which makes this 7, 8, 9. Whereas 1 can't be here, 1 can't be here, so 1 has to be here. These can't be victim. This can't be vampire either. So this can't be either. One of these 3 is vampire. This can't be 0. Actually, it could be 0. This has to be 6, 8, and 9. Oh, maybe this was where I messed up. Huh. Okay, so one of 6, so 6 has to be one of these 2 here. And we have 8, 9 with 3 here. 3, 8, 9. That leaves the remaining digits as 2, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe I kind of messed up here. Because this could be an 8, 9 pair, and then this is 6. Interesting. Well, 1 can't be here. 1 has to be one of these 2, so this must be 1. Okay, never mind. Well, not necessarily. Yes, never mind. This can't be the victim, because you have to have a value of 1, so this can't be victim here, which means this is not victim, so this is victim here. So this must be 3, and this must add up to 3 plus... You can't have just a single digit, so this must be the vampire, which means this can't be vampire here. So this must be 3, 6, and 8 to add up to 17. Can't be 6 and 9 because that adds up to 18. So this is 6, this is 8, this is 9, so this is still normal. This has to be 7 or 8. These cannot be... We have vampire here. These can't be victim or vampire. This can't be victim or vampire. So this must be 8 and 9, or 7, 8, 7, 9. So this has to be a 9 here. This is 7 or 8. Same here. This is 7, 9 with 7 and 8 with 9. So this is 9, 7, 8. You cannot have two normal digits adding up to 12 without 7, 8, or 9, because that's 3, 9, 4, 8, and 5, 7. So vampire is here, which means this is not vampire. Yeah, this has to be 3 digits adding up to 18. Because the vampire is here to add up to 18. You cannot have 9. You cannot have 7 and 8. You could have 7 or 8. 7 requires this to be 5, 6. 8 requires this to be 4, 6 also. Oh, maybe? Okay, so 6 has to be here. So we know 6 is here, and it's not the vampire. You can't have 7 or 8 because of the 7-8 pair in the column. So this is guaranteed to be 6. 6 has to be one of these. 6 cannot be the vampire here, but it could just be a normal digit. So 6 is here. Again, 3 digits adding up to 12. It's 3, 4, 5, or 2, 4, 6. So either way, okay, so this is 5, 6, and 4. With 6 definitely being one of these two. Since this is 6, this can't be... This has to be 2 digits adding up to... That's 6 normally. So this has to be victim there. So this is 7 or 8. This has to be 2 and 4 to add up to 6. So this can't be 4. Therefore, there's 5, 6, and 7 to add up to 18. So that's 8. This is 7. This is 8. This can't be 2 or 4. It's 5. Which eliminates 5 here. So that leaves this as 3 and 5. So this is 2, 4, and 6. No 6 here. Oh. I could have... Oh, the 4 could be still here. No. This is 2. This is 4, 7, 9. Right. This can't be victim or vampire. So it's 9 with 7 or 8. This can't be vampire because it requires 1, 2, and 4 for 3 digits in the same box. And this can't be, we already have 1 and 2. So these are neither. Therefore, this is vampire. So this can't be vampire here. This is 3 and 4. 16 plus 16 is 32. So this would be 13 and 6 if that's the case. Or it's 12. So 17 plus 16 is 33. 45 minus 33 is 12. 12 and 7 add up to 19, but it can't be 7 because of 7 in the row. So this is 6, which means this is 6, and this must add up to 13. So it's 5 and 8. This becomes a 7-9 pair. Again, these have to be normal digits. Because it can't be 7 and a victim. It can't be vampire. So it must be 2, 5 as a pair, which eliminates 2, 5 in the row. So this can't be 5. This is 8, which makes this not 8. This is 5. We also knew the victim could not be 8 again. That leaves this as a 6 and his victim. That leaves this as a 3 to add up to 3 with 0. So 6, 4, and 9 add up to 17 or 19. So this must be 7, and this was 1, 8 as a pair. You cannot have the vampire be there because that only adds up to 10, and 10 and 8 add up to 18, 10 and 1 add up to 11. So this must be 8 and 9, which means this is not vampire. This is vampire. This is 1. The vampire here cannot be 4 or 6. It has to be 2, which makes this 4. Which makes this 2. That's 4. Victim must be here because it can't be here or here. So this must be victim and 5. One of these is victim, so this cannot be victim here. Remaining digits here are 1 and 3. Ah, this cannot be a 1-3 pair. So if this was essentially if this was not victim, this would have to be 1-3 as a pair, which would eliminate all possibilities for this cell. So this must be victim here, which means this can't be victim. So this is normal, which means this can't be 1. So this is 1, 2 as a pair, and this must have a 4. Because 4 and 0 add up to 4. This can't be 4. This is 2, which makes this 4. Vampire is one of these 3. Vampire cannot be here, and it can't be victim either. This is 4 and something. Excuse me. Let me get a cough drop. No 7 here. Remaining digits in row 7. We have 1, 2, and they both have to be here. No 2 here, no 1 here. 1, 2, 4, 8, 9. 9 can't be here. 4 and 8 can't be here. 4 cannot be the victim in the 2, so this can't be 4. This cannot be 1 and 3, which would have to be with 3 and 1 to add up to 5. So this must be 4. This is normal. This can't be 4 anymore. We have 1, 2, 8. This has to be 2. No, 1, 2, 8, 9 as a quadruplet here. That leaves that as 4. 4 cannot be vampire or victim. So this is normal, which means this must be vampire. How does that work? Tooth. This can't add up correctly. Maybe this can't be 4, but I don't know what else it could be. 4, 8 either way cannot be vampire. So this must be vampire here. Cannot be 4, 8. It's 1 or 9. And that leaves that as 4. So then this has to be vampire. And then that doesn't add up. 2, 3, and 5 adds up to... Yeah, I keep running into this problem. Huh. This could be vampire still here. This doesn't add up. What am I missing here? This can't be vampire or victim, so this is normal. Cannot be 6, 8, it's 5, 9. So this is 9 and 5. This can no longer be 9. This is 1. No 1 or 9, that's 2. This is 8. But we have 8 as a victim again. That doesn't work. I don't know what's going on here. What is going on? That's a lot of errors here. Okay. Vampire. 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 Victim. Victim. One of these is victim. This is victim. So one of these is victim, so this can't be victim anymore here. Or vampire. No victim or vampire there. We have vampire here, so no vampire in column 7 or 8 anymore. And this can't be victim because of victim in the box. One has to be one of these two to add up to 1. So this can't be 1, so this must be 1 here, which means this is not victim. So that's victim, which means this can't be victim, so that's normal, which means that 3. 3 and 0 add up to 3. 3 and 6, 13 or 14. It cannot be 13, so it must be 14. That's vampire. So this is 14 plus 9. This can't be 6, so this is 6 here. This is 8. Still the same. 9 with 7 or 8. This cannot be 2 normals, so one of them's vampire, which means this is normal. These are normal. Keep running into the same thing. I don't know what's going on. Vampire, victim, so neither of these are either. So this is 9. This must be 9, and this is 7, 8 here, because these are normal. This can't be 6 by itself. This can't be 7 by itself with the 0. So these are normal. These are normal. This must be victim. Since this is victim, that's 3 to add up to 3. This must be 2, 4. This can't be 2 or 4, it's 5. So this becomes a 2, 4 pair. This can't be 7 or 8, so it has to be 3. So this is 7 or 8. It's a victim. With 7 or 8, cannot have, it's either 5, 6, 7 or 4, 6, 8. So this has to be 5, 6, 7. Which makes this 8. This couldn't be victim anyways. This is 8, eliminates 8 here, so 7 and 8. That leaves this is 2, 4. 2, 4, and 6 add up to 12. So this is 5. Which leaves 1, 3, 1, 3. This 1, 3 cannot be 1 or 3 here because of the... This has to be 4 with the victim. So this is normal. Which makes this a 1-2 pair. We have the victim and the vampire in box 1. One of these is vampire. This can't be vampire or victim. One of these 3 is victim. This is 2. So we have 3, 4, 3, 4. 2, 5. We have 6 and 8. This can't be 6, so this is 8, which makes this 6. This is vampire. No 8 here. This is 7, 9. 5 and 8 add up to 13. 19 minus 13 is 6. Normal. These are normal. One of these is victim. Cannot be vampire, so one of these 2 is vampire again. 9 is guaranteed here. 2 is one of these 2. 1 is here, 1 is here, 1 has to be here. It just keeps running into the same thing. No 7. This is 2. 1 cannot be here. 4, 8, and 9. 4 and 8. 4, 8, 9. 4, 8, 9. 4, 8, 9. To add up to 19, it's 4, 9 with 6. So it's 4, 9. This is 7. Let's leave this here for now. We don't really want to know. 6 is here. This could be vampire. Oh, it can't be victim. So victim's one of these. Which means this is something in 6. So this cannot be 6. This is 5, which makes this 6. 6 can't be vampire. So this is not vampire. This is normal. Vampire's here, so this can't be vampire here. This can't be vampire or victim anymore. Because this is victim. 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 2. 2, which makes this 4. 4 is one of these 3. Oh, I see the mistake I made. It's 9 that has to be the vampire here. Okay. Yeah, victims cannot be either of these. This can't be vampire either. Victim has to be one of these two, so it's 5. There we go. So this is 9 and 6 plus 1 adds up to 16. I don't know why I kept thinking 9 and 8. Okay. Um, huh. Again, this cannot be 1, 3 and 1 adding up to 5. Obviously, the 2 is there. Can't be 1 and 3. Yeah, it has to be 1 and 4 here. Which means this is normal. So 4 cannot be here. Which means this is a 1, 2, 8, 9 quadruplet. So this can't be 1, 2, 8, or 9. It's 4 here. 4 eliminates 4 here. Again, this cannot be 3 digits adding up to 11 because you don't have 1. So that eliminates 1, 2, 8, 1, 3, 7, and 1, 4, 6. And 2, 3, 6 is eliminated by this 6. And 2, 4, 5 is eliminated by the 5 having to be here, not as a victim. So this has to be normal, which means this is vampire. So it cannot be 4, 9, 4 as vampire here. So 9 has to be the vampire. And it must be 9, 6, and 1 to add up to 11. Or, sorry, 16. So this is vampire, which means this cannot be vampire. So this can't be vampire. So 4 can't be here. This can't be 1. This can't be 8 or 9 here. This is not vampire because the 4 is vampire here. This can't be 9 because 9 is here. So it can't be 2, 9, can't be 5, 6, can't be 4, 7. This is 3, 8. So this is 3, this is 8, which makes this 9, this 7. This is a 5-2 pair, the 2 being the victim. That eliminates 2 and 5 in the rest of the row, so this can't be 2. This is 6. 6 can't be the vampire, so this must be vampire here, which means we have vampire and victim in row 8. Obviously this can't be 6. This can't be 9 here. Remaining digits in row 9 are 4 and 7? No. 3 and 7. This has to be a vampire then. 7 and another digit never adds up to 14 normally. So this is... the victim here is not 2. It could be 1 though. So this is vampire, which means this can't be a vampire anyways because that's vampire. So this is not vampire. So this is normal. And it has to be 4, 9 adding up to 13. The vampire and the normal must be 1, 2, and 3. So this must be a 1, 2 pair. 4 is already a vampire, so this can't be 4. This is 2. That's 4. Which eliminates 2 here, so that's 4 and 2. We have 2 as a vampire, so this can't be 2 as a vampire. This is 1 as a vampire, which is 2 here. This is 3, 6 as a pair. Remaining vampires are 3 and 7. This can't be 7, so this must be 3. Which makes this 4 and that 3. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the column, so this is 8, which makes this 2 and this 1. 2 is not the victim here, so 2 is normal. 1 is the victim here, which means this can't be victim. This is normal, so that's the 6, which makes this 3. 2 eliminates 2 here, so it's 5 and 2. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 7 and 3. 7 and 1 add up to 8 plus 6 adds up to 14. This is 8 and 9 to add up to 17. This is 5. That leaves this digit as a 5 here. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 1 and 3. 2 here eliminates 2 here, so it's 1 and 2. That's 3 in the corner. We celebrate because we know we're close to solving it. 2 cannot be 2 here, so this is 5 and 2. The 5 is not the victim, so this is not victim, which means this can't be victim. So it's the 4. Which makes this 7 or 9. 7 cannot be the victim anymore, because so this must be 9, which makes this 7 and 9. So this is 12. 3 and 9 add up to 12. Plus 5 is 17. 12 plus 8 is 20. So this is 8. That leaves this as a 6. That as a 5. This as 7. And this is 7 and 8. Kept running into this problem. I don't know why. I just kept on making that assumption for some reason. That 9 had to be by itself and not the vampire. I don't know. My head's a little... I don't know. That took way too long. Just kept on running into this problem over and over again. Fortunately, I was able to, like, leave it there and then eventually realize that this one had to be the vampire because this was a 4 vampire. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.